A 27-year-old woman is behind bars after she ran over a 25-year-old boyfriend and their toddler son, leaving the child in a critical condition. On the afternoon of Monday the 24th of June, Alia Monet Ross and her boyfriend Devon got into an argument at their home in Lake Wales, Florida, about how to discipline one of her 3 children. Devon went outside with their 16-month-old child to calm down, but that angered Alia. While outside, Devon threw a cinder block at a Toyota Corolla, which made Alia even madder. Alia then placed 2 of her other children, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, into her vehicle and got into the driver's seat and started following her boyfriend in the car and lunged forward as if motioning to hit Devon. A surveillance camera from across the street captured most of the incident. Devon had the 16-month-old boy in his arms, and as he started to run away, Alia accelerated the car towards them and ran them over before she crashed the car into a neighbour's house. Alia took the toddler she hit and left, but after Devon called her asking her to take the toddler to the hospital, she refused. She then brought the injured toddler back to the house and left him alone before fleeing the scene. Her boyfriend went to the hospital with a child who's in a critical condition. The child had a broken collarbone, left shoulder and ribs, and also had a partially collapsed lung and abrasions on his body. Devon's sustained bruises to his body and lungs. He's since been released from hospital. Authorities said that Alia fled to her sister's house in Orlando, where she was arrested the next day. Alia told a detective that there had been several times in the past that she's acted as if she was going to run over her boyfriend, but she would swerve at the last second to avoid hitting him. She said she assumed because of that, he would have moved out of the way in this instance, but he did not. The other 2 children were located by authorities, and the Florida Department of Children and Families is evaluating their plan of custody. Alia is currently being held at the Orange County Jail, but will be transferred to the Polk County Jail. She's charged with aggravated child abuse, domestic aggravated battery, negligent child abuse, domestic battery, and leaving the scene of a crash with property damage. The investigation into the matter continues. A 63-year-old man is behind bars for killing his 29-year-old son during a domestic violence incident. At 9:09 p.m. on Wednesday the 26th of June, authorities responded to a residence along Homestead Drive in Olmsted Township, Ohio, after Donald Varga called 911 to say he shot his son after he attacked him with a baseball bat. When officers arrived, they met with a distraught father outside the premises with blood on his shirt. While taking him into custody, he pleaded with them to help his bleeding son. First responders entered the home and located an unresponsive man with a gunshot wound to his chest, and a 9mm handgun used in the shooting was found nearby. Medics performed life-saving measures and transported the man to a local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The victim was identified as 29-year-old Corey Varga. Authorities said that an argument started over bills and property before it escalated into violence. After a thorough investigation, interviews and reviewing all of the evidence, Donald was charged with domestic violence and murder. He appeared in court on Friday the 28th of June, where he pleaded not guilty to the charges. He remains held at the Cuyahoga County Jail on a $1 million bond. If convicted, Donald faces life in prison with parole eligibility after 15 years.